What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Jagged Alliance Flashback. I seriously just spent like 20 minutes staring at my wall in between episodes, and then just totally looked back, and the clock was 30 minutes later. I was like, oh my god, okay, let me get back to making some episodes here. Oh my god, entire day is about to disappear in just like a ridiculous haze, a ridiculous pharmaceutical haze, unfortunately. I don't know what it is. Sometimes, like, I woke up with a headache this morning. Real bad headache. It's one of those strange days where I think maybe I slept on my neck wrong and just, like, pinched something, or I don't even know. This guy's name is Flash over here. How do you get the name Flash? That seems pretty awesome. My parents named me Flash. That'd be way better than my real name. Your name is like a thing that lightning does. Like, you know you've got to have an awesome life if your name is Flash. Then again, it could just mean that you like to expose yourself in public, but I digress. In the previous episode, we had been defending this location, and the enemy appears to be taking their sweet-ass time in attacking me, and my goal is just to overwatch their dumbasses to death, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I mean, there's no point putting our entire squad at risk by running out this gate and trying to fight them out here in the middle of the street like some kind of strange gang war. I think we should just wait inside our little bastion o' fruit and fish, pescado y fruta fresca, and we'll probably be fine. I'm sure you did hear something strange. Was it the sound of boot steps? Because that's not actually that strange. That's a pretty normal thing to hear on a battlefield. The crunching of feet moving across a parking lot. God, they take a long time on their turn. Come on, gentlemen. Just hustle it. I've always felt like in games where there is no line of sight, they should just teleport the enemies all over the place so that their turns go faster so long as they're not in line of sight. I don't know if that's what everybody else likes, but I like it when games do that because it makes the turns go faster. That's one of the reasons that I've actually never been able to finish Silent Storm, is the enemy turns just take too damn long. Like, I remember I played Silent Storm, and I have a bunch of hours played on it, but every firefight just took forever in that game. It's just so many Nazis all over the place, and so many of your soldiers. What I did like about that game is you could play Germany, or you could play as, were you the US or were you the SAS? I can't remember if you were American Special Forces or if you were British Special Forces in that game. It's been a long time. But you could either play as the Germans or you could play as the United States, and both had their own unique campaign. I always enjoyed that. I thought that it was fun to play from both sides and just kind of enjoy the different weapons and things. Really? Is that what we're doing right now? Is that what we're doing right now, Blood? Your introduction to your introduction to the team is you missing your first shot. Well, at least you made your next two. I mean, I'm not going to begrudge you too much. At least you made the last couple. And so the turkey shoot continues. And then we put everybody back on Overwatch. And then the battle continues. Welcome to Jagged Alliance Flashback. Hopefully more guys. I like it. Sometimes like 5 guys will walk through in the same turn and you can just annihilate them with automatic fire all at once. And then the battle will end really, really quickly. It doesn't happen very often. That every now and again, the winds of change decide to blow stinkily through the hills, and you smell them and you go, that's the stink of change. I think I might throw a grenade in the middle of those enemies right there, and then they all die. Actually, grenades only do about 38 to 40 damage in this game. They can't kill you. They will definitely hurt you, though. They will leave a pretty bad scar. Like, if they threw a grenade right here, it would definitely change the outcome of the battle, at least in some small way. They do definitely leave me scrambling for cover on all sides. I actually think that if somebody throws a grenade, you should have till the end of your turn to actually like move out of the way. And so it could actually be used as an area denial type thing. Oh, that's why it took them all out of Overwatch. Let me reload as many people as I can right now while we're sitting here. What I don't like is there's no like total button that makes everybody reload everything simultaneously. I do wish that that was a thing. Over here we've got a long range engagement, so unfortunately we're going to have to switch to the submachine guns. Or a middle range engagement, I guess. It's not that long of an engagement, but you definitely don't want to do it with pistolas. Alright, so we got a missed shot right there, and another one has died. Return to sender. You just sent him a bullet. You want that returned to you? I don't think you want that returned to you. I think you may want to rethink your death catchphrase. I realize that you're trying to become like an action superstar and get your own like movie deals and stuff, but you need a better catchphrase. Return to sender does not work when you're sending bullets at people. Alright, and so this this is actually why I think the defensive combats should be minimized, is because this is how all the defensive combats are. You just kind of sit here waiting for things to come to you. I had debated editing this out, but as I suppose as like a diagram, or I guess as an aid to what I'm trying to explain, I figured I'd leave it in. I don't know. I watched Jeff Major do his Silent Storm playthrough, and he didn't take anything out, even though there was a lot of tedious battles and a lot of like long, arduous type slogs. And so I might leave this in as it goes, but I sometimes fear that I might bore people by fighting too many of the same battle over and over and over again. Because believe me, we're probably going to fight at least 5 more battles on this spot in the next couple episodes. We're probably going to fight 3 or 4 for that military base that's off to the west of this spot right here in I think it's like an F9, maybe, I think, or like F8. But yeah, I don't know if the letters are on the left actually, or on the top, so I suppose it could be the opposite of that, but I wish that they teleported around if you didn't have line of sight so that it would go quicker. Because long turn times definitely make me sad. However, when you do that sort of thing, sometimes you end up with players getting frustrated like they did in XCOM Enemy Unknown, where they'd be like, oh, the enemy just spawned. No, Cliff, why? Go back to your position. Go back to your position. Don't ever do that again. That was an accident. I thought I was controlling Lynx. But yeah, sometimes you end up in a situation like people did in XCOM Enemy Unknown, where it feels like enemies just spawn on top of you. And so that is like one of those little things you have to be aware of. It just kind of comes with the territory. If you're going to have enemies teleporting around, sometimes the teleportation bugs out, and then you're stuck with like a weird situation like that. Alright, another one bites the dust. Got a beer, a doctor's bag, and an expanded utility strap vest. It's wicked smart to carry your beer when you're on the battlefield. Okay, let's put everybody back in Overwatch again. I don't know if there's a key to make people Overwatch better or faster, but I haven't found it if there is one. I should probably go through the options in between episodes and see if there is one. Alright, let's go. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's keep some kind of forward momentum in this episode. I do like, however, that if they don't use up their Overwatch, it leaves them in Overwatch. That is a feature. For all the features that I complain about in this game, I do like that feature. That feature is nice. It means that I don't have to click buttons every single turn. If I had to do that, I'd be very, very sad. Anybody? Anybody want to step through my Archway of Doom? I don't blame you. I wouldn't step through the Archway of Doom either. Every now and again they try and come around from behind, but I've only seen it happen like once. Usually they come through this way. I've seen one guy one time come through here and come out behind me. And so sometimes it might be smart to leave like bones behind this trash can facing this way, but it's only happened like one time out of 50 or 40 battles that I fought on this spot, so I don't know. Anybody out here? Huh? He said that so, like, casually. He's like, yeah, we're going for a stroll. Through where? Through the Valley of the Shadow of Death. You know. Every now and again, I like to visit. It's not Disneyland. The Valley of the Shadow of Death is not Disneyland. But you know what? It's a very adult-oriented place. There's lots of firearms. Presumably, there's all kinds of debauchery. I'm not really sure. It seems like all the things that might lead to an early termination seem to be contained there, and he's going to take a shot. See? This is what happens when you leave your position and you go back out to look. See? This is why. You see what happened right there? That's exactly what happens every time you try and go out and look for enemies. You just get shot to pieces because they wait for you too. And so you know what? I'm just going to wait for them to come to me. Yes. Overwatch. Everybody put in your Overwatch. You too, Reaper. I like how he's got the trendy, like, he's got the ball necklace from back in like 2001. He's rocking the metal ball necklace. He had puka shells too if he really wanted to keep it real. They should come through here in just a second. At least this guy should, I think. There we go. And so now Reaper is going to destroy you. How about that? How about that? Yep, there's one. There's two. Take it. Take it. Oh my god, you are just getting rifled right now. I need to find somebody. He looks like he has a shotgun, though, or something. His gun looks sort of terrifying, like it might actually put buckshot through me. And I don't like buckshot when it travels through me. It can travel overhead, it can travel by, but the second the buckshot goes through me, I'm just like, nope, I don't want to play anymore. I'm out. I'm out. Out like a dog that done peed on the carpet. Ow! How come you got a shot? That's not fair. I want a shot. I'm gonna shoot your friend now too for good measure. Okay, I'm gonna shoot the wall now for good measure. How about that? And this guy better not try anything sneaky. Get dealt with, noob. He just like ran up here and then turned his back on us. Like, I forsake you. I like it when it says level up available because that means you know you made the shot. You only get XP if you make a shot. I don't know, it's like a look into the future. For some reason it makes me happy. Okay, and so a couple more down. He's got a flak vest right there. That's good. That's really good because not everybody is rocking bullet vests right now. Most of us are, but not all of us. And I think I would rather adrenaline shot. A Sandy Falcon. Okay. The Sandy Falcon is just a deagle. That's all that it is.
What can I do?
Who hasn't fired down here? I would still like to have a couple people on Overwatch. But all of you guys have fired. Okay, that's good.
I heard something strange.
Not all of you guys are fired. I saw them looking worried for just a second. My mercenaries like, whoa, we're fired. Why? What did we do? We've been killing people really, really efficiently this whole time. I'm like, well, you know, I can't afford to pay you like $900 a day. That's a lot of money. Considering most PMCs, I have a friend who's a PMC. I have a guy that I grew up with who is a PMC. And he gets paid a lot, but he doesn't get paid that much.
I heard something strange.
Like, I think from what I've read, most PMCs or private military contractors get paid somewhere around like it's over 100 grand a year because it's hazardous work. You're probably gonna die. I mean, it's not a job that you expect to come home from, especially since I think the military tends to use the PMCs, like the random contractors, as like their frontline duty.
I heard something strange.
So definitely not a long life expectancy in that job, but still. The pay appears to be pretty good, and if you already have military experience, it's an easy job to get after you jump out of the service.
I heard something strange.
Which was what he did in his case. I don't know who shot us right there. I wasn't really paying attention, but there's a nasty amount of this fruit is probably no good for sale anymore. I'm more than positive that the Better Business Bureau is not going to be okay with the blood all over the fruit. You might want to spray it off real fast with a hose or something. Oh, that's right, he's on Overwatch. I can't change his weapon. Well, with a 78% chance... Let's burst him. Why not? Got him twice. I mean, you're going to get him twice either way. So, why did he go down prone? That's interesting. Did I knock him off? Maybe I hit him in his leg on accident or something. I don't know. He's got a little... I think he's panicked right now. Ooh, not panic enough to not shoot me in the face, though. God. Health is looking a little bit sketchy right now. Definitely got like a dodgy... You missed with an 88%, man. Come on. You are... Don't let him shoot again!
Sir, yes,
Oh, you guys are the worst right now. You guys are just making me sad.
enemy dead.
Is that everybody? God, we have so many enemies. That's the other thing, is they need to tone down like how many enemies are in each invasion. Like it just gets... It's a lot. And they have no chance of winning once you figure out how to play the game. They're just utterly dominated. Like, I never lose mercenaries anymore unless I really, really screw up and, like, miss 5 shots in a row or something. It's all RNG anymore if I lose. Because the AI is really, really susceptible to this tactic right here. They just, I don't know. I should use a flashbang on them at some time. I never used a flashbang in this game. I have never once thrown a flashbang at anybody. Probably should. Just to like nullify their turn or something. There's probably one guy left out here. I think there's usually like 8 to 10 people in each run through. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There could probably be 2 or 3 more, maybe. I don't know. Everybody reload with your free time. That's not the most thrilling way to spend your free time, but I guess, you know, in lieu of Game Boys and 3DSs and all kinds of weird handhelds and things, I guess we'll just... Is your gun almost broke? Oh, that's weak. Alright, so his gun's about to break too, so hopefully we start getting some gun drops really soon. That's the one thing we've been lacking in this playthrough, is we haven't had like any gun drops. My other playthrough, I have so many gun drops that it's like, I don't even know what to do with them all, so I just keep them all in my inventory, and when my guns break, I just pick up another one that's in perfect condition and swap it out. What the hell was that? Where did that even come from? The game doesn't even know where that came from. That was weird. I don't know. Put everybody back on Overwatch.
Awaiting orders.
Put everybody back on Overwatch and we'll just wait it out. See, when enemies are panicked, they do weird stuff like that too, where they shoot from like way over here on the side of the map. I don't really want to take anybody out right now. I'm not feeling particularly generous or date-like at the moment. How many syringes do we have? Oh, we have like none. Yeah, so that's a problem. Apparently we have an enemy contact that I'm unable to see. He's not behind us, is he? He totally is. How he got over there, he must have gone around the long way, interestingly enough. Still, this guy needs to get dealt with. And so the way that I'm going to do it is actually by reversing this line right here. With a 43% chance. Yeah, you're getting 3 shots instead of 2. Go for it. There we go. The enemy has been eradicated. Oh my god, the frame rate in this town, especially once things start ragdolling, is just absurd, considering how bad the game looks. Sandy Falcon, please don't be broken. It's almost broken. It's getting there. But it might be useful as a swap out weapon for 1 or 2 fights. Might work in our benefit. Let's go ahead and jump back. I'm going to have everybody... Actually, I can do this faster from the world map. So let me go back to the world map real fast. Everything is paused, correct? Okay, good. So let's go back to the world map. And I can actually reload people a lot quicker from here. And so there we are. He's all good. He is not. We'll reload you. I do this after every battle because it also helps me keep an eye on who's got how many bullets, so that you don't have any unfortunate situations where you go to reload at the middle of a fight and then the reload doesn't happen. Okay, and so they're all fine, I guess. Everything's looking okay. I do wish that that gun worked a little bit better, and I suppose that since somebody here has mechanical expertise, I know it was Vicky, but somebody else had like a little bit. You might be able to put Reaper on it. I mean, throw a couple of these repair kits up in his bag. I'd also like to give a doctor bag to Cliff so that he can work on doctor duty right now. Doctor duty. Doctor duty. He is the #1 colonoscopist in the world. Colonoscopist? I bet that's not what it's called. I don't know. Proctologist. There. I knew I could do this properly. And then maybe put him on repair duty for a little bit. Maybe see if maybe we could fix something. Let's go! We're going to get locked into another combat, in case you're wondering. There is just absolutely no way we're not going to end up in another combat. I could actually probably hire him. Well, let's hang tight on the one-day hires for right now. If the money starts to pile up a little bit better, I'll take care of it. We've almost solidified our position in North Marino. Getting closer. Getting much, much closer. Actually, and I should probably be training militia here too, just in case they don't hit me for a really, really long time. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they go through these weird lulls where they don't hit you for a really, really long time. I also wish militia training was dependent on how many people you had in the zone to make it go faster or slower. She's got 10 militia right there, which means she should be able to hold out okay. I'm gonna wait till I see how the money piles up before I do anything else. I think I might be wasting money training militia in the south position, but every now and again it works. Like, every now and again they don't hit you for like 4 or 5 days and you can train a full stack of militia in a spot where normally you would not have been able to. It's... sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Is he still on repair duty? Oh, he already used up his repair kit. So that's the other thing the game needs to rectify, is that repair kits break down too easily. It's a box full of wrenches and shit. Like, I have toolkits. I mean, my dad has toolkits that are like older than... probably twice as old as me, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. So we're about to get hit again right here, which is unfortunate, because I'm not really looking forward to fighting a battle right there again. Are we? Oh, maybe not. Looks like they turned around. Interesting. Oh, wow. We may actually be able to accomplish something here. I don't want to speak too freely right now, but we are making good progress on our militia. We're making very, very good progress on our militia. Depending on what those patrols decide to do. It's going to depend, though. We're getting up to the region where South Marino could actually hold. They're not hitting it. God. Of course, sometimes they do weird things like hit it twice in a row, too, like bum, bum, bum. And when they do that, then it's really, really ugly. Let's find out. Ooh, militia done bad. Militia done real bad on that one. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I thought we might get away with it for a second. Unfortunately, we did not. But we do have 2 veteran militia now, which is kind of nice. But they're all going to die. This guy's going to hit us now. The game's going to do what I said. It's going to go bum, 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 and it's going to hit us a couple times.
Okay, I'm all yours.
So your option at this point becomes kind of deciding whether you want to go out here and fight open field battles, which is horrifically terrifying. I will not sugarcoat it. Fighting battles on these roads and things, oh, it's so bad when you get caught outside of a city because the AI has sniper rifles, they have long-range weaponry, really superior guns, and so they tend to eat you to pieces whenever you're on an open field, and so you try to dive behind like the tiniest rock or tree that you can, but you don't make it. You just do a little better each time. But if we can reinforce this position by the end of the map, I would actually be really pleased with the fact that I'm keeping her hired just in case they hit this right here and I need to replenish. So we'll keep her hired. Once this is solidified, we will fire her. We'll bring her back in once we take this location to insert on top of Group 1, and then once she inserts on Group 1, we will reinforce that position. But for right now we're playing the waiting game. We're definitely dealing in food service right now.
Okay, I'm all yours.
There's also a quest we need to take care of right here. God, I'm hoping this line holds. If we can get a couple like stacks of veterans right here, we'll be so solidified so much faster than it happened in my other game. In my other game, it took me forever to solidify these two, so I would be super pleased if we managed to pull this down. Okay, so there's the next hit right there. But this is actually far more in our favor because we have veterans. And so we should be able to kill them off a little bit better this time. Okay, but maybe not. And we only got one more veteran from that exchange? Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I'm all yours.
Yeah, they may beat down the doors right now. Okay, so the unfortunate consequence of the fact that they just wiped out all of our militia, it essentially means that once we get done with this battle, like we've got to fight for Merino South, and this does happen. It's not necessarily like the funnest thing in the world, if that's even a word. Like, this is what happened. I was really hoping, really hoping we would avoid this. Here, let me get these guys lined up here and just make like a firing squad in the middle of the street. What I like to do is I put people down on their knees in the front, and then I line people up behind them, and you make like a colonial, almost like a 1700s type firing line, and it works pretty decently actually. It tends to work, and so after I get them all lined up here, and you go down on a knee. Alright, and so now we wait for the enemy to move around. I do hope that they eventually make the enemies teleport around a little bit when it's their turn, because the turns do seem a little bit long. It's not as bad as Silent Storm, but it's still... the turns are pretty beefy. But as I was saying, anyways, back to what I was talking about. What we're going to have to do now is I'm going to edit this out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this squad. Oh god. Okay, so we just got nailed, and unfortunately he's out of line of sight, even though we're in line of sight for him. So I'm going to have to collapse people back behind this wall to break line of sight for right now. I'm going to have to be cheesy because unfortunately he's being cheesy. And I mean, at least I can be cheesy, I guess. Like, some games don't allow you the ability to cheese when the enemy cheeses like that, but it's a line of sight problem. He's doing that thing right there where they bug through the wall. He's doing it with the planter, and so we'll just break line of sight, and that'll just make our life easier. But anyways, back to explaining what I was gonna do. You guys know what I'm gonna do in this fight. I'm gonna hide behind the walls, I'm gonna line of sight, and then I'm gonna wait for them to come to me. We're lined up in a weird situation right here where we're cross-firing, so unfortunately that might not work out, but they'll come through there, and then everything should be fine. So, I want to go back to the left of the place that I am right now, and essentially what I want to do is I want to get in there, and I want to make sure that nothing can get by while Metal sits inside South Merino. And I'll move you up slightly. Well, oh god, what happened right there? Yay, you shot the trash can. Good for you. Keep firing. Come on now. There we go. Put a couple rounds in him, and hopefully be able to finish this off with Bones. Oh, Bones. No. Bones got it through and through, and he hit my man. Okay, so don't shoot my man. You can do a lot of things to my man, but don't shoot my man. Let's move people around so that's not happening. There we go. So we'll fiddle them around slightly. So I want to go slightly to the left of this location. And what that means is I'm going to put Squad 1 one square to the left of South Merino, and they're going to block the passage so that none of the Emperor's soldiers, none of the Prince's soldiers can get through to fight in South Merino. The downside to this is the spot that's one to the left of South Merino has like no cover. It's got like a big rock that you hide behind. I'm going to edit it out because I think we need to make progress in this series and we need to move around. And so if you disagree with that decision, feel free to shout at me down in the comments, but what I'm telling you right now is there's probably going to be 5 to 10 battles that we have to fight in the space one to the left of this, and that's why I'm kind of bummed out about the fact that they wiped out our militia right here. And so the militia being dead like they are... Hold on a second. I don't know. Anyway, so our militia being dead like they are, it forces us out into the field to defend this spot. And this is a very, very precarious part of the game to be in right now. Because what's going to happen is we're going to move one to the left. There we go. 3 shots off right there. Looking good. Go ahead and have Reaper take his fire. Didn't take him out. Probably should have gone for a burst fire right there. But honestly, I think we could whittle him down. Oh, never mind. We got him, I think. So what I want to do then is just kind of soak that damage, and the good thing about this is that we're going to accrue a lot of gear from it so that when we come back in the next episode, I'll be able to sit there and be like, hooray, look at all these brand new things that we have. But up until that point, I think that I'm probably going to edit the next couple battles about, because I don't find this to be particularly fun. And don't take that, I'm not saying that I don't find the game to be fun, but I don't find fighting the same defensive battle in this weird turtle mode over and over and again to be fun. And I think they could actually streamline the gameplay slightly by making it so that you could take the militia's place and fight instead of the militia, and then get back to training them after you fight off the battle, and that would remove a lot of the unnecessary fights. But as it stands right now, if there's nobody there, the militia have to fight the battle first, and I think that leads to a lot of drawn-out defensive conflicts where it's just like, ugh, we gotta start over training again, ugh, we gotta do this again, we gotta do this again. And so while people stand around here and they just fight this defensive battle, I'll talk about the wish list. I don't know if the developers watch my videos. I know I work with Full Control a lot of the time, in that I cover a lot of their games because they tend to be really, really active in the indie scene right now. So I like to assume that they see my videos. I know that they saw the Space Hulk ones, and so I would assume that they would see these ones as well. And so I'm trying not to get overly frustrated by the fact that we keep getting into these long, drawn-out engagements. But it is a little bit of a bummer when you get caught up in these little gaps right here and you have to fight these all over again. So this is what I do. I get around this area right here, and then I just kind of, you know, fight it out. And so we're waiting for the enemy again. They should just file straight in. This map is actually really, really predictable. Occasionally they come up behind you, but not very often. There we go. And so he's filed back through now. Oh, he's way deep. That's no good. So that means what I want to do is I want to move... Well... I want to move Cliff to the right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll move Cliff to the right, and hopefully what this will do... Blood's a little bit low on health right now. And so I may move him over as well. And so let's get him set up right here. His health is low enough to where like one bad crit would take him out. And I'm not interested in losing any characters right now. I'm going to try not to save cheese. Losing characters, I tend to save cheese in my own game, but I'll try and stick by everything that I know that I said that after I saved a medal kind of cheesily in the previous episode, but I'm going to try and stick with any deaths that we get on camera. But let's weave people around because it looks like that guy had some kind of large caliber weapon, which means he's going to have us outshot at long ranges. So let's see what he does. Hopefully he'll come down and rush us. Occasionally enemies with long range weaponry will try and bum rush you and just kind of punch you to death. I don't know. This game, the enemies sometimes do a lot of stuff. So we've got reactive fire right here. Let's go ahead and we'll put a couple rounds on him with burst fire. Okay, so 2 of those landed. I'm happy with that. We would have got 2 shots anyways had we just single pieced it out. And that leaves us... We can't swap guns or anything, so we'll go ahead and bypass and let him have his turn back now. And we'll wait and we'll watch. I don't know what he's doing right now. There must be more than one enemy because it's still taking a while, so hopefully we'll kill him on the next turn. And then the other guy that's sneaking around out there, he might be coming up behind us. I don't know. He may be coming up behind us, at which point it's really kind of hard to tell. Take a shot right there. Okay. Still doesn't leave us in an amazing position, but we should be able to kill him before he gets another turn. I mean, if we don't, I'll be really, really surprised. So we'll just kind of... There we go. There's the gimme shot that I was fishing for. So he's now down. We've got... Okay, so we've got our wounded people off to the right. That's good. Let's move... Well, we'll just overwatch everybody again, I guess. Yeah. I should probably turn somebody around at some point, because occasionally when you're back behind this little fishy thing over here, I don't know. They'll come up behind you occasionally on this map. It's only happened like one time in like 50 battles, maybe twice in 50 battles, but occasionally it does happen. Let's just wait for it and see what happens. We're sitting waiting again. We're stuck in one spot, unfortunately. We are glued to the seat. Bypass a turn and hit the wrong button. Bypass a turn again and just wait for it. He's gonna come through here. I know he's gonna. I could be wrong. I mean, he may be going around right now. It happens every now and again. This alleyway tends to be really predictable. Although it's getting weird enough at this point to where I think we might get shot from behind. I'm becoming nervous about it. I'm becoming nervous about it. Alright, and so it looks like they've broken combat again. Like, I apologize for fighting like this because I realize as a viewer this is probably, you know, Turtle Fest 2014. But turtling is seriously, the enemy always outranges you and always outshoots you in this game. If there's one thing you can rely on, it's that they will outshoot you if you have no cover. So, I tend to play very, very conservatively when it comes to this game. I tend to be very, very careful because rushing did not do well by me. Alright, and so there goes another one. Everybody back in reactive fire. And we wait some more. Oh good, they were close by this time. Sometimes they're not, but I'm happy that he was. Oh, I left him on the wrong gun, my bad. That's terrible. That trash can offends him. He went into a panic and that trash can had to go. It was the preliminary threat on his periphery. And Brewski's got a shot now. So since his gun's almost broken, I'm just going to have him use it. There we go. Another one bites the dust. We got a Kevlar helmet which dropped right there, which is higher tier loot if you didn't know. That's actually a really, really good piece of loot. It's very, very rare that you get Kevlar helmets. Typically what you get is you get the tin hats from World War II. The M1 steel helmets or whatever they're called. I don't know. You get the ones from World War II. It's all your guys run around looking like they're in a period movie or something. When in fact, it is modern times. But I guess there's like a large surplus of M1 helmets laying around somewhere. M1 infantry helmets.
What can I do?
No, 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 Blood, don't do that. Never do that, Blood. That was a terrible plan. Never, ever do that.
What can I do?
Put a couple more rounds on him so that we can end up the turkey shoot. Enemy eradicated. I knew that battle was going to be a little bit shorter compared to others. Let's go ahead and throw that on him. That's going to protect him from headshots a lot. And what else can we dig through here? Got bandages in a doctor's bag. Okay, that's good. Well, at least the loot was okay. We got a potion out too. We go through and reload everybody, and then we'll talk about what we want to do in the next episode in order to make sure that we can actually reinforce South Marino. The other thing we need to do is we need to sleep with that guy's wife who's here, but I don't know where she is. I'll run her down in between episodes or something and see if I can find her. But yeah, as you can see, this is a couple episodes ago. This is exactly what I was talking about, where you can end up fighting for the same position for just hours and hours and hours at a time. I think it took me 2 hours last night just to take the military base that's on our left, where I had to fight for it, but then I had to defend it long enough where other people could reinforce it. And so the only way to reinforce is you can reinforce safely by doing militia and occupying the same space so that you can dive to cover if it gets attacked. Or you can ensure the militia get created by taking one space to the side that they have to pass through to get to the place that you're going. And that's kind of the riskier way that typically ends up with a lot of people dying. Your people dying, by the way, not the enemy's people dying. Let's see if we can find this guy's wife. He said he wanted us to sleep with his wife, and so I guess we could do that. I don't know. It seems kind of shady, but you know. Is that her? Billabong Brewski's got to work his magic. Would you like to take a tour along the coast with these lovely canoes? Nah, that's too bad. We're looking for a way to Angetta. Do you know how to get there? Nope, I just run this small tour of Marino's coastline. I heard there are ferries from Tio, but that was years ago. Might try there, though. Okay. Anything interesting going on in Marino? Nothing out of the ordinary, but could you help me out with something? Sure, what do you need? Some friends and I were having a little party in the mountains, and I took a pair of pistols with me. A rich tourist gave them to me as a thank you, and I just wanted to show them off. We left early the next morning, and I forgot the pistols near the campfire in a case. If you bring them back, I'll give you a reward. Thank you. I would go myself, but I don't have any time right now. Okay, I missed that one in my previous playthrough.
Okay.
I've never seen that quest before. Alright, and so shenanigans up out of the way. Everybody's reloaded. Mostly reloaded. Kind of reloaded. Okay. And so what I'm talking about right now is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take metal, and we're just going to hold this position for right now. We're going to train militia. Metal's going to go buy us bullets because we need them. I don't think we're actually going to... What the hell is she doing? Stop that. I think when I clicked to make a militia, she decided to go down there. We're going to buy some bullets, and if by the time we get back, if they keep wiping out the militia, what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit it out. But I'm going to take a position right here with Squad 1 at the choke point, and then I'm going to have her train militia. It's going to be really, really dangerous, but If I don't want to bang my head against a wall for too long in this series, I would really prefer not to. Okay, and so she's here. Let's go ahead and buy some bullets. I know we don't have a ton of money right now, but I need to keep myself stocked up on various things, so... They haven't been dropping a lot of guns either, which is the other concerning part. Typically, they drop a lot more guns. So for her, we need ammo. I would say that we need, like, 438 special, like 445 ACP, and maybe, like, 5 of 9mm. And what'll that give us right now? Not enough, I don't think. How are we looking on cash? I don't want to spend too much right now. We're looking okay on cash, but... Looking okay on cash. I'll have her buy a little bit more. No, go into the city. Go into the city. I don't know. This game... There's so many weird little UI things in this game. Like, I clicked for her to go back into the city, but it turned the clock back on. I don't know. She just walked through a wall, like... I just want to stock up on ammo, like, forever, basically, so that I don't have to worry about coming back and doing this again for a little bit. There we go. That should be more than enough ammo. And so now what I do is I bring her back down, hopefully keeping her away from any patrols. They are around. But what I would prefer to do is now we bring her down to here. We stop the clock. And then now that we've got her in position, what we want to do is we want to take her loot. And we just want to drop it on, like, anybody in here. Doesn't matter who. You can pick anybody in this group. We're going to have to do a little bit of inventory management to make it work. But... So he's not going to need more than... Is that shooting Parabellum? No, that's shooting 45 ACP, so he doesn't even need this at all. Hey, go back in the inventory. So he's got 45 ACP. He's got the 38 rounds. And so now I can restock him on 38, which was my real concern. I'm just going to give him the full stack since he's the only person using a 38. Might as well not waste too much time right here. And then everybody else seems like they have okay ammo stocks at the moment. Let's take some of your 45 ACP. We'll drop like 130 of it off over there so that at least we've got another surplus. We've got more than enough 9mm. The other stuff, well, we've got enough things to work with right now. I have some bullets for the Sandy Eagle or the Sandy Hawk or the Deagle once we run out of bullets, so we need replacement gear. We definitely need replacement gear, and so what I want to do now... Hey, I'm trying to select you. There we go. I need to send her back to this place over here, just in case. And so now we get to watch and wait and see what this squad does. Fortunately, there's not a lot of money going around right now for me to replenish my contracts. Until we take this mine over here, it's gonna be like that. I feel like I'm doing the same thing over again right now. I really should defend this, I think. I'm gonna hire you back. Hold on, let me spam click on that. And yeah, I think we're about to do the same thing right here. And so what I may end up doing is, yeah, I mean, I've talked about it a couple times in this episode already. I feel like I'm gonna play a couple, it's probably gonna be about 3 hours until our next episode. I'm gonna play quite a bit because I think that these defensive battles are not necessarily the most conducive thing to keeping people's attention on the series. And so I'm gonna fight these battles, I'm gonna get it done, and we'll come back after I get this all taken care of. Hi do, everybody.
Copy that.